Here's my wing boxed in, and that box actually makes it quite rigid. And then along the front dowel, I use the Gorilla Glue to fill in the gap, because it foams up, and then you can cut it down with a razor blade. And I have the packing tape with the reinforcement all the way down and wrapped around the front of the wing. These are the braces that I'm using. 3 pieces of 1 piece of 3/16 and 2 pieces of 1/8 inch sandwiched together, both with the grain going in different directions. And my dowel and my plastic tube will be on there, and that'll hold my strut, a little clip. Finished my wheels, and I went with a tube that's a little larger than the plans called for, and it's actually from that's a bicycle inner tube, a really small bicycle, but it's actually an inch taller than the plans called for, but I believe it's a little more narrow, so I went with that. And I made them just like everything else. I made them out of the manifold foam, and I had I got an arrow shaft. It's an aluminum arrow shaft, and I cut 1.5 inch pieces. You see how it's sticking out. It's actually sticking out just on one side, and I cut my circles out of the foam, and then I cut on the table saw these 3/4 inch wide pieces, and see on the inside here you can see the short one, and then the long ones that go all the way to the center, and they're glued to the shaft with epoxy, and they run out, and they're about 1/4 inch short from the outside. I have 4 of the long ones. Then in between, I cut just 3/4 inch squares in between, and again trying to keep it all lightweight. my mud duck so far. I still have to do the electronics. See, the front's still open. And everything's working out pretty good. The only thing I have to do yet is suspension. I dropped it from about 2 feet and it's holding up. I just have a little bit too much flex right here. I have to put a piece in. My wing struts are working good. Pretty easy to put on. I seem pretty secure. My tail piece is a little bit, I have to raise it up a little bit. It's a little bit low in the back. That piece of wire on the bottom. I have my servos mounted. They're not wired yet, but I have them on. And the horns are on. But I do have a little bit of flex on it. You can see it from this side. When it's in the center, it's fine, but I have a little bit of droop on the wings. And I'm thinking about adding another set of struts in the back. Just dowels maybe, or better yet, the bamboo, just small, just to help hold it up. Because I went with balsa across the top instead of dowel rod, which I still have to sand this edge down, which will make it even more flexible. So I think I'm going to have to use some small struts on the back.